Hello students, welcome to Triveni Memorial Senior Secondary School online classes. Today we are going to start session number 5, creating a table. In the last session we have discussed how to create a table and set the properties, and here we are going to discuss how to create a table in MS Access. So we know that tables are the basic building blocks of a database, and a database consists of one or more than one table, and data is stored by using tables. So we can add tables to an existing database using either of the two ways. The first way is adding tables in the design view or adding tables in the datasheet view. Basically, to add the tables in a database, we have two types of views, design view and datasheet view. Adding table in a design view. Design view and datasheet view have a little difference between them. The difference is that in the design view, we need to add the column name and the properties of that one, that is the data type of the various columns which we are entering, whereas in the datasheet view, which opens by default when we open a database, in that we have to enter the name of the field and their values. So when we are going to work in the design view, how we have to open this? First we have to click on the create tab. Which is present below the title bar, and then we have to go to the tables group and choose the table design option. The steps for this are: click on create tab, then click on tables group, and then choose table designs option. After clicking on the table design option, you will see this type of figure on the screen. Here you can see the screen has been divided into two parts. The first part is the field entry pane and the second part is the field properties pane. So the field entry pane, it consists of two columns. One is the field name, that is the name of the column which we want to add. In this case, the field names are roll number, name, class, house and tuition fee. And then the next column is of data type, that is the type of value which needs to be added. By default, text data type appears in this column, and we have to specify the data type by clicking on this small arrow which is shown here. As soon as we click on this small arrow, you can just take any type of data from the given type of data. So by default, text is there. Suppose we want to type the data for the roll number. So in the roll number, we know that numeric values can be added. So in this case, we will take it as the number type. In the name, we will add the text type of value. That is why we have taken the data type as text type. After that, what we are going to do is, we have to, after defining all the fields, save all the properties and the field names by clicking on the save option either in the quick access toolbar or by clicking on the file tab. As soon as the save as dialog box appears, we have to type the name of the file and then we have to click on OK. Now to add data in the table, we have to switch to the datasheet view. So here we have learned that there are two panes in the design view. One is the field entry pane where we enter the field name and the data type. And next is the field properties pane, which you can see here, which shows us the various properties of a particular field. Now the first field here is the roll number, so it shows us that its size is of a long integer and the decimal places is taken as automatically, so it shows us various properties of the column which we have selected. Next we have adding the data in the datasheet view. So in the design view, it shows us basically the design, that is what will be the name of the field or the column and what would be its data type. Basically, the main entry of the values is done in the datasheet view. So in the datasheet view, how we have to add the data is, we have to click in the cell below the field which we have taken and enter the data there with the help of keyboard, and then we have to press the tab key or the enter key. As soon as we press the tab key or the enter key, we will notice that the cursor has moved on to the next column, or you can say the next cell. After that, we have is enter the required data in the table and press the tab key. Save the table by selecting the save icon present on the quick access toolbar. After all the records are added, any number of records can be added in this table. After we have added all the records, we have to click on the save icon present on the quick access toolbar. The next topic is primary key. So the primary key is a standard feature of every database management system. It is a sort of check on the table. That is, it is a sort of check, means it checks that any value in that particular column is not repeated, that is duplicate entry is not there. So any field or the column which is taken as a primary key, it can neither have the duplicate data nor can it be left blank while making the data entry. If we have made any of the column as the primary key and we try to do any of these two things, that is we take the duplicate value or we keep that value as empty, it will show us an error. Suppose we have a student table that contains the students records of students of a class, and we have taken the roll number field as the primary key, as we know that all the roll numbers are unique. So we can set the roll number as a primary key. But if we have taken the name, so name cannot be set as a primary key because name can be same for any of the two children. But if we try to do this and we enter the duplicate names, at that point of time only it will show us an error. Now we will learn how to set any of the field as a primary key. Suppose we have taken here some columns like roll number, name, class, phone number, etc. So either we can just right click on that particular column and from the small dialog box or context menu you can choose the first option, that is the primary key, or you can just go to the design tab and from there you can choose the primary key button. Any of the two options will work. The field will be set as a primary key, and any field which is set as a primary key, there is a small sign of key near that particular field which shows us that it is a primary key and duplicate data or blank values cannot be entered in this one. After completing this operation, we have to click on the close button on the table window, and it shows us a dialog box like shown here. It says, do you want to save the changes to the design of the table student information? That is, whatever the table we have created, do we want to save the changes? Saving the changes means we have set any of the column as a primary key. So do we want to save that change? So there are three buttons: yes, no, cancel. You can use any one of them. If you want to save the changes, click on yes. If you don't want to save the changes, click on no. And if you just want to cancel this operation, click on cancel. So after clicking on the yes button, the changes will be saved. The table gets closed and we can double click on the table icon in the navigation pane to open it again. After that, we have removing a primary key. Sometimes it happens that we have made a key as a primary key and we want to take some other column as a primary key. So we know that in a table there can be only one primary key, that is only one column can be set as a primary key. So in order to make the other column as a primary key, we have to remove the first column. So how we are going to remove it? We have learned this thing that the primary key button is in the design tab. So we have to go to the design tab and it is present in the tools group. Click on design tab, go to the tools group, choose the option primary key. For that, first you have to select the primary key field. Like here, first was the roll number was set as a primary key. Select the roll number field, go to the design tab, tools group, choose the primary key button and click on it again. As soon as you click on it again, the option of the primary key for that particular field will be removed. In order to set the primary key to some other column, we can select that column and choose it as a primary key again. So these are the topics which we have covered. You need to practice this practically in MS Access, and so that the concepts can be learned more hands-on. After that, we have the MCQs, that is the multiple choice questions. First is, to insert a table in a database, click on table design button on the dash tab in the table group. So if we want to insert a table in a database, the table design button is present in the create tab. It is in the create tab. So the answer of the first one is create option. Second is, to remove a primary key, select the primary key field and click on primary key button in the dash group on the design tab. If we want to remove a primary key, we have to make use of the design tab and tools group, which we have learned just now. So the answer of the second one is tools group. Third one is, the field which is designated as a primary key cannot have dash. We have learned that there are two conditions for the primary key. One, it should not have duplicate values. Second, it should not be left blank. So the four options are values, duplicate values, numbers, text. So the correct answer of this one is duplicate values. The fourth is, which of the following is the default view of Access? Design, layout, datasheet, or none of these? We have learned that there are two views in MS Access, design view and datasheet view. By default, the view is datasheet view. Data sheet view is that view in which the data or the value of the particular field is entered. Next is fill in the blanks. Dash are the building blocks of a database. Database basically consists of the tables, so the first answer is tables. Second is when creating a table, the object window consists of two panes, the dash pane and the dash pane. When we have created a table in the design view, we have seen that the table consisted of the two pane. One was the field entry pane and one was the field property pane. So the answer is field entry and field property. The next is you can add tables to an existing database in the dash view and dash view. If we want to add the tables in the database, we have two types of views, that is design view and datasheet view. After that, we have the next fill up. Primary key is a part of dash group and present in dash tab. So here we have the primary key is in the design tab and tools group. So the answer of the first part of this fill up is tools group and the second part is design tab. Next we come on to the C part, answer the following question. The first question says write about the data type property of a field. Now what is the meaning of data type? This we have discussed in session number 2. The whole topic was of data type. It shows us the type of data entered in a field, that is it can be the numeric data also or it can be the text data also or any other type of data. Next we have write the important points to be kept in mind while creating the primary key of a table. So we have learned this in the MCQs and fill-ups also, that if we are creating any column as a primary key, it means duplicate value cannot be entered. Also, blank entries cannot be left in the primary key of a table. It can only have the unique values. Third question is how do you add fields in a table in the design view? So for this you have to write down the steps which are given here. You have to write down the steps which are given here on the first page of this session. That is, for each field in the table, type a name in the field name column and press the tab key to move to the data type column, and in the description column you can type a description which is displayed on the status bar. Now what is the meaning of description here? That is giving some information about that particular field. If I am taking roll number, if I have written the name of roll number as R number, so if you are showing this database to somebody else, he or she may not be able to understand what is the meaning of R number. So for that, in the description column you can give that this is the roll number of the student. That is basically description we give that time if the name of the field is not clear and we want to write it as in a short form. So we can write some related information about the name of that field in the description part. And after this you have to write down the third step, that is after defining all the fields, save the table by clicking on the save option, and then in order to add the data we need to switch on the data sheet view. Clear? So these are the points which need to be kept in mind while answering the questions, that is how do you add fields. So these are the 3 questions of the session number 6. Next we have is the activity part. The activity part says create the following book list table. The name of the table is book list, which stores the data about books in a school library and create the following fields. Now here we have been given 3 columns, that is the field name, data type and the description. Field names are from book ID to post. Data type can be text data type or date or time or attachment, memo, anyone. Description means it is to be set as a primary key or what is the purchase date of the book, just information about the name of the field. Okay, so this way first of all you will open your MS Access and you will take out the design view, and in the design view you will enter this record which is shown here, that is the field name, data type and the description part. And after entering all these you will go to the data sheet view and you will enter the 10 records in the table. After entering the 10 records you have to save the file and close the table. So this is the activity based on the concepts which we have learned in this session number 5, and now we will move on to the practical part of this chapter.
We have 2 types of views in MS Access. One is the datasheet view and one is the design view. These are the 2 views in which we can create a table in MS Access. So for creating a table using the design view, we have to click on the create tab and then we have to choose the option table design from the tables group. Clicking on the table design option will open this type of screen on our computer. It has two parts, one is the field entry pane and one is the field properties pane. So this consists of the table 2, and here we can enter the name of the field. Like suppose we can enter here roll number. Then we can have the data type for this one. Roll number can be in the form number. So we'll take from here number, and any description we want to write down, like this is the roll number of the student. So we can type here roll number of the student. Gives us the information that what is the meaning of the particular field. Second, we can take it as like as name, and this can be taken by default, it comes in the form of short text. We can take it as long text, and here we can just give it that it is the name of the student. Then we have any other column like class, which can be again a number, the data type. And then description is optional. If you want to add it, you can add, otherwise you can leave it also. Then we can take here admission number, and remember not to give the space, either give an underscore or join them properly. Admission number can be again taken as a number, and then description if you want to give, you can give. Now here you can see this is the field entry pane. So here we are entering the field name, the data type and the description. This is the field properties pane. If I click on S name, so you can see here the properties are getting changed. It says format it is not showing, required no, allow zero length yes. So these are the different properties of a particular field. If I click on admission number, here it says field size is long integer, decimal places auto. So according to the field, the properties are getting changed. So this is the way the table can be created in the design view. Now in order to take the same columns, that is to enter the values of these fields, we need to go to the datasheet view for the table created in the design view. For this we have saved the table 2 with the name, with the same name, that is table 2, and we will change the view here. Click on the view option, and from the drop down arrow click on the datasheet view. You must first save the table. The dialog box appears. We will say yes, and we have saved the table. Now we have taken 4 fields in that: roll number, S name, class and admission. So here we can take roll number 1, S name as Riya, and then pressing the tab key we can take the class as 9 or 10 and admission number as any number. Similarly, then we can click on the next record and then keep on entering the values here. Like we can say Seema and class 10 and admission number 23096. So whenever the pencil icon is there, it means entering of the record is going on, and when the asterisk symbol is there, it means new record is ready to be added. So these entries we are doing in table 2, and here in the navigation pane you see the icon of the table and the name of the table is shown here. So this is the datasheet view by which the data is entered. Second thing which we have learned in this session is about the primary key. We have learned that primary key is that particular field in a table which does not contain the duplicate value. Also, it cannot have any blank value. So how do we set any field as a primary key? First of all, you should see which field can be taken as a primary key so that it cannot have duplicate values. Now the name of the student can be same, class can be same, roll number and admission number are the 2 fields that can be taken as the primary key, that are the candidates for the primary key, but only one can be taken as a primary key. So for taking the primary key, either we can right click on this one, on any of the key which we want to make it as the primary key, and then we have to choose the option of the primary key from there. In order to set roll number as a primary key, we need to set it during the design view itself. So we will go to the view and we'll click on the design view, and in the design view either we can right click and choose the primary key option from here, and you can see the symbol of key here which shows that it is a primary key, or we can go to the design tab and choose the primary key option from here. Now if we try to put any value which is duplicate, it will show us an error. So now we can see here that in the table 2, if I enter here suppose 1 and I press the tab key, and then we come to the next record. Now you say it says an error. The changes you requested were not successful because they would create a duplicate value in the index primary key or the relationship. Changing the data in the fields that contain duplicate data or redefine the index to permit duplicate entries and try again. So as discussed, since roll number is a primary key, it will not accept the value 1 in the roll number. Okay. So any other column can be set as a primary key, but at one point of time in one table, only one field can be taken as a primary key. Clear? Now if we want to remove the key as a primary key, so we'll again go to the design view, and first of all we have to make the changes here. So we need to give some other number here, and then we need to go to the design view. So clicking on the view, we went to the design view, and from here we want to remove this. So either we can just click here and or right click and choose the primary key option again. That primary key column will be removed. Clear? Now in the roll number you can enter any field. It can be a duplicate field also, duplicate value also. So first of all we'll save the table and go to the datasheet view. Suppose I want to enter again 4, and then we will go to the next one. So here it has given us the next record to enter without giving us any error. So this is the way primary can be set or removed in a particular table. I hope the practical concepts of this chapter are clear to all of you. Thank you, students.